stability. Tired of being tired, I'm tired of false stability. I just wanna make a couple dollars, fly to Italy, take a trip to Golan, travel to the motherland, spend a couple of dollars in villas overlooking sand, disappear with the phone, just a couple of plans. I wait, remember I'm on the planet where little men kill each other for change. It's insane, need a plan somehow, gotta get on my feet, arouse from sleep, no time to be concerned with the luxuries of the beach. We trap, how did we get so fascinated with we? My people dying too fast, can't lose a minute, we need to rise. As I try to envision the first steps, get distracted of stress and lose sight of the rest. It's too hot to think, it's too hard to rise. In this pot we sink, and we all reside inside.
If you slip or you fall today, don't lose your grip, don't you fall away. Stand up 7 times when I'm praying for the tribes, and I don't wanna lose you. Slip or you fall today, don't lose your grip, don't you fall away. Stand up 7 times when I'm praying for the tribes, and I don't wanna lose.
I hate the throwaway bars, I hate the arrogant way. I hate the music the father ain't never given to play. We wonder why we in hell, we even killing the faith. We look just like all the people we say are lost in their way. I pray as you listen, each of these bars will hit them. Even to all them niggas disguised as brothers in faith. Guess the light's on you, the more eyes on you, the more your weaknesses are seen. Your disguise won't do. Look to the skies, who surprised all the champions and guys you looked up to, you find they were all trying to. The nation still got gods. Kill the spirit for a kill our odds of getting out here alive.
If you slip or you fall today, don't lose your grip, don't you fall away. Stand up 7 times when I'm praying for the tribes, and I don't wanna lose you. Slip or you fall today, don't lose your grip, don't you fall away. Stand up 7 times when I'm praying for the tribes, and I don't wanna lose you.
Cause I only give you truth. I pray the spirit give you juice too. I've been with you through the trials, now I'm with you till you make it, and I never wanna lose you. He said I'm with you to the end. No greater love ever been. Man, I be praying for my twins, everybody in the tribe, make it to the end. Cause I only give you truth. I pray the spirit give you juice too. I've been with you through the trials, now I'm with you till you make it, and I never wanna lose you. He said I'm with you to the end. No greater love ever been. Man, I be praying for my twins, everybody in the tribe, make it to the end. Yeah, give me the tech. We up by 30, but these shots ain't finished yet. We up like 30 sending shots through internet. Some of these ox are dirty, got the flock up in the net. Thank God we not your dinner yet. Teaching sin with your doctrine to the wise, you been a threat. Yep, this for them 7-day keepers. Friend shirt reaper. Can't read your spirit, but you smell like reefer. Yelling loud, drunk, proud, nigga, street preacher. Never call for prayer, but every word is a beeper. Album this long, but Jesus can't get a feature. Millstone tossed in the sea, don't wanna see ya. Like that, a lot of brothers praise these artists, we fight that. Saying you in love with the law, but you attached to the image they created. And dog, we biting back. You got bars, that's cool, we at the start of the end. What you gonna use it to do? Make these brothers repent, but you want brothers attend. It's at your biggest events. Even if they dead in the spirit, this is the spirit's revenge. Just keep your head in the spirit and guard yourself from the sin. Each melody in your mind, it ain't too late to rewind. And remember why we decided it's about time if you choose to. I lost a lot, but I can't afford to lose you.
Fall today, don't lose your grip, don't you fall away. Stand up 7 times when I'm praying for the tribes, and I don't wanna lose you. Slip or you fall today, don't lose your grip, don't you fall away. Stand up 7 times when I'm praying for the tribes, and I don't wanna lose you. If you slip or you fall today, don't lose your grip, don't you fall away. Stand up 7 times when I'm praying for the tribes, and I don't wanna lose you. Slip or you fall today, don't lose your grip, don't you fall away. Stand up 7 times when I'm praying for the tribes, and I don't wanna lose you. If you slip or you fall today, don't lose your grip, don't you fall away. Stand up 7 times when I'm praying for the tribes, and I don't wanna lose you. Slip where you fall today. Don't lose your grip, don't you fall away. Stand up 7 times when I'm praying for the tribes, and I don't wanna lose you.
Hey, shalom, 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 shalom. First and foremost, giving our honor and glory to Yahweh. By Shema Mashiach Yahweh Shai. It's your brother Judah. We're gonna have a faceless class today. Because I'm gonna try to use my screen a lot. Going over definitions, things of that nature. And I need a little bit of participation as well. It's gonna be a very, very, very short class. This is not gonna be a long class at all. Y'all know I've been doing the series called Character Flaws. And I'm still doing that series, but for some reason it was on my spirit to do a class entitled The Importance of a Good Character, because we can talk about the character flaws all day long. We can talk about all the things that are wrong with people. We can talk about how all the things that people can fix about themselves. But we should also talk about why it's so important to have a good character to begin with. Listen, we are in the world. If you're in America, they call it a melting pot. You're in a world full of people, different people from different places. And if you look at it, you can see that a lot of our people, we don't get along with the other nations as much as the other nations get along with themselves, if that makes any sense. And there's a sense of business. There's a sense of moral standing that the other nations pride themselves on that our people tend to not do. They tend not to pride themselves on. And as a result of that, other nations don't really deal with us as seriously as they would deal with another nation. For example, an African would treat an Edomite differently than an African would treat us. Edomite would treat an African differently than they would treat us. You see all these things that are going on with ICE, and then now you see our people and Hispanic people low-key going back and forth about who should be supporting who, and things of that nature. And you see that we just don't get along with each other as good as we should. So that all goes into character. It all goes into character. All right. Why is having a good character so important? Give me 1 second. I'm gonna start off with the first precept. Anybody who wants to join the class, help with the reading, help with the teaching, if you are in the body, if you're in the camp, if you're a brother, go ahead and hit that link right there. Let me shout out some people before I get started. Sister Joan Gilchrist, shalom, shalom. Sister Abaya's in the building, shalom. Let's see. Admire CT45, shalom, shalom. Sister Cozy or Chozy, the Benjamite of Yasha Allah, shalom, sis. We appreciate all the support. Dawaz Rib, shalom. Oh, that was Rib. I know who that is. Shalom, sis. Shalom, shalom. All right, the brother knocking the building. Shalom. And everybody else who is watching, shalom to y'all. Let's go get into it. This is going to be a short class. We're already 8 minutes in. I'm probably going to do about another 45. All right, Sister Issachar. Shalom, sis. What's going on? All right. Now, let's get some precepts. Let's start right here. Let me start at the book of Proverbs, chapter 22. We're going to get into the KJV. I'm going to pull it up. So, like, yeah, I'm going to pull this up. Proverbs 22. All right. Hey, man, let's start getting into the habit of sitting down. This is something that I'm about to start getting back into the habit of myself. I've been thinking of lately. You know, when you first come into the truth, man, you get in the habit of sitting down and watching classes and taking notes, and to see if that class really resonated with your spirit. A lot of classes, you can see what that resonates in your spirit during the class. Some classes, you just don't know. You got to sit down and study the notes, take your time, rewind, do all that. Let's get back in those habits. And in order for the people to get back in those habits, we as teachers have to get back in the habits of doing that in-depth study. Even if it's not something deep, it could be something as simple as the importance of having a good character. Taking the time to put those classes together thoroughly helps Everybody, including myself, even to this day, take good notes, right? So let's go to the book of Proverbs. I'm gonna pull my screen up real fast. We're gonna start at the book of Proverbs chapter 22. And we're gonna start from the top. All right, I'm gonna zoom this in just a little bit. All right, this book of Proverbs chapter 22 from the top, and it says, "A good name is rather to be chosen than great riches, and loving favor rather than silver and gold." What does that mean? What does it mean that a good name is rather to be chosen than great riches? I know y'all ain't gonna be typing, "Hey, Sister Gabriella, shalom, sis, shalom." I know y'all ain't gonna be typing like that, but I need y'all to type a little bit. What does that mean when it says a good name is rather to be chosen than great riches? All right, I'm not gonna take all day and wait for y'all. All right, but it's very plain and simple, right? Proverbs is a book of wisdom. If you're a wise man, it's better to have a great name than great riches. You should choose a good name over great riches. You should choose a good name over great riches. Now, I do want y'all's help in the comments for this one, right? If you're a man with a good name, how is that a benefit to you? If you are a poor man with a good name, how can that good name be a benefit to you than a rich man with a bad name? Let's compare that. A good man, a poor man with a good name compared to a great man with a bad name. How does it benefit you to be that poor man with a good name? Does anybody got anything? Great one. Good reputation helps open doors. Hey, the brother Kadar Ron says it's like having great credit. Integrity. Integrity. That's a good one. That's a good one. Reputation is better than being poor. Your name is your word, which is your bond. Hey, Pariana, shalom, sis, shalom, shalom, shalom. Khan, that's excellent, excellent. The sisters got it. The brother and the sisters got it, man. All right. The reputation, your reputation can open or close doors for you. Your reputation can open or close doors for you. So now, let's do it like this real fast, real fast. I told y'all we're going to get some definitions today. I like getting definitions because definitions make it just makes the word hit a little harder. All right, boom. Let me zoom in on this real quick and I'm going to share my screen. All right, so reputation is the beliefs or opinions that are generally held about someone or something. It is a widespread belief that someone or something has a particular habit or characteristic. All right, now look at the synonyms. Name, a good name, character, repute, so for reputation, standing, stature. All right, like the brother Kadar Haran says, like having good credit. Is your account in good standing? Is it in good stature? Status, position, rank, station, right? Renown, esteem, eminence, prestige. Look at that. Credit, rep, report, honor, reputability, right? All right, that's pretty much it. Right? So, a good name is rather to be chosen than great riches, and loving favor rather than silver and gold. Right? So, people can have all the thought in the world. Now, I try not to be messy. I'm gonna get another definition too. But I try not to be messy, but I'm at a point now in my walk in this truth where I don't really care about rubbing shoulders with certain individuals. I don't care about whether I have certain people in my network, right? So, hey, can y'all still see my screen? Let me know if y'all can still see my screen. Let me know if y'all can still hear me as well. I believe we cool, but y'all let me know. If you're waiting for somebody else to do it, just do it, because you're going to be waiting for them. Just let me know. All right, you can hear me. Come on, all praises. All praises. Throw out. The string is saying that there was something wrong. Come on, all praises. I believe. I appreciate y'all. Come on. All right, bet. I don't even know where I was at with it. But, I'm not in the place of rubbing shoulders with certain people. I'm not in the place of trying to be in certain networks or be in certain friend groups among people in the truth. But we've seen in 2025, we have definitely seen how character does not outweigh, riches do not outweigh character. All right? Riches do not outweigh character. We see how clout does not outweigh character or morals. We see how material things it doesn't matter. So when we read that first precept in Proverbs 22, when it says that a good name is rather than to be chosen than riches and gold, or to be chosen than riches, excuse me. We've seen this year how it doesn't matter how much clout you have. It doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter how much notoriety you have. If your character and your morals are not in good standing, you can see what the Most High will do, right? So we got the definition of character right here, right? It says the mental and moral qualities distinctive to an individual. Now I'm gonna ask y'all a question, and this is a question that some of y'all should write down, and we should ask ourselves. The reason why I'm doing this class is because it's something I've been dealing with for the last 6 months, I'll say. Right? What is the mental and moral qualities distinctive to you? Right? What is the mental and moral qualities that are distinctive to you? If somebody had to say, that, hey, brother, I'm gonna use Sister Carla Taylor. Man, this is her character. This sister, she's very nice. She's very thoughtful. She is willing to help. Things of that nature. That is a moral quality distinctive to an individual. Well, we have some people where we know, hey man, that brother is a thief. That sister is a liar. These people over here, they are backbiters. These are moral and mental qualities distinctive to an individual. How important is it for you to have good mental and moral qualities that are distinctive about yourself? Right? Now, let's see. Give me 1 second. See this brother coming up. All right, now, I get this precept all the time, but I'm going to get it anyway. All right, brother, knock in the building. What's going on, King?
Hey, Shabbat Shalom, Captain Yahabashim Shabrakatah. Shalom to everyone in the building. Glad to see you here on this Shabbat morning. I should say afternoon. Hope everybody is prayed up. Everybody having a good time. We're We got this class today called, what's the class today, Cap? The Importance of a Good Character? Con. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Hey, let's do it. Let me get the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 15. And let's start at verse 33. Give me 1 second. I'm going to get my physical along with this other one. Matter of fact, no, I'm going to put it on the screen so I can remember to keep it on the screen. I'm going to get 1 Corinthians 15, and I think we're going to start at 33. Let's see. And we got some announcements to make, man. The brothers been working. The brothers have been working, getting 2026 together. We got some announcements for our upcoming 2020 so-called 2026 year, man. So we excited, man. Yeah, I can't wait. We're gonna wait till after the class is over with. Yeah, hold on 1 second. Can you hear my dogs in the background?
I mean, barely.
Okay, yeah. I don't got my mic on my condenser mic today. So
yeah, I don't have mine on either this morning, but I can hear you clearly though.
All praises. All right, so let's go ahead and get it. Let's get 1 Corinthians 15 and 33.
And 33? Con. This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 15 and verse 33. Be not deceived. Evil communications corrupt good manners.
Con. Evil communications corrupt good manners, right? So I said this last time that I taught. I said some of y'all came into the truth. Shalom to the brother Gary, man. Success's journey. Shalom, shalom. All right. Hey, man, I said this when last time I taught, right? Some of y'all came into the truth, learned about yourself, learned you was an Israelite, learned the truth, but became worse in your character. You gained all this knowledge and became worse in your character. And I'm going to be honest, it's because of the examples that were set by people who've been here. I'm going to keep on 100 with you. What'd you say now?
It's like it. No, I didn't say anything. That was my phone.
Oh, okay, come. Right? Being 100% honest, we listen, we sheep. The sheep follow. This is why the scriptures liken us as unto sheep. Because sheep follow. We're supposed to follow the shepherd, but sheep can be led astray. And once again, some of us have come into the truth, gained the knowledge, learned we was Israelite, had a sense of puffed upness, about ourselves, and it became worse in our character. Became very prideful, started drinking too much, you started going one way or the other. Well, I can't do this, well, I can do that. Well, I can't do that, or I can do this. And then our character went out the window. Some brothers' character went out the window when it came to sisters. Some sisters' character went out the window when it came to brothers. It's all about the crowd that you are around and the communication that you are receiving. Right? It's all about the crowd that you are around and the communication that you're receiving. Right? If you're getting positive communication, it's going to be a different outcome. What do they say about energy? They say energy cannot be created nor destroyed. It can only be transferred. So if you're around a certain group of individuals and your trajectory as far as your morals or your behavior starts to change and it's starting to change for the worse, the first thing you have to start looking at is what you're seeing, hearing, and being around, right? Because your network will sway your character. Not take over for a second.
What was that, Salaki?
Take over for 1 second.
God. Let's read that again. It says, where are we at? Verse 33, be not deceived, evil communication corrupt good manners. Yes, as Captain was saying, we got to let our words be, filled with wisdom. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and I'm going to get another precept with that. I'm going to go to the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 27. And let me see, I'm going to start at verse Salakia, bear with me 1 second. Start at verse. I just had it and I just lost it. Oh, right here. In verse 11, this is the book of Sirach, chapter 27, and verse 11. And it says, the discourse of a godly man is always with wisdom, but a fool changeth as the moon. So as Cap was saying, you know, we have coming into this truth, getting this wisdom, getting this knowledge of who we are, we get a little bit puffed up. You know what I'm saying? We get a little pride, sometimes slides in. Sometimes we, you know, we can't be told anything anymore. You know, and what that's doing is totally changing and stirring up a different character within yourself, right? But the scripture says, I'm gonna read it again. It says, the discourse of a godly man is always with wisdom. Now we know that wisdom comes from the word, that comes from the law, that comes from doing the works, you know, having faith, right? But if you puff yourself up to the point where, you know, like, I know enough, I don't need to, you know, I have this truth, you know what I'm saying? I can do things because, you know, people look at me as someone being in a position of authority in a sense, right? That can be dangerous. That can be totally dangerous. That could change your whole character, right? And like I said, this is, but a fool changes as the moon. We know how the moon changes, right? From day to day, hour to hour, right? And that's going to cause you to not be able to be respected, right? Your reputation then starts to go down the wrong way, right? Right. Let me get a.
Keep going. You got it. I'll get in after you.
I was gonna go to one more precept. Hold on, let me find it real quick. Because here's the thing, you know, with the good character, and we know as when we talk about good character, the only way to base character according to the scriptures is to have wisdom, right? We know that wisdom is the word of God, right? This is I'm gonna go to something that everybody knows, Ephesians 4:29. It says, let no corrupt communication proceed out of your mouth, right? If someone tells you, you know, oh, you know, you're a captain, you a deacon, you this and that, and they're looking at you as someone of authority, right? Sometimes you have to understand that position don't mean nothing, right? Just like he said earlier, a rich man, right? Just because you're rich, if you're not giving to the poor, if you're not helping the needy, if you're not, you know what I'm saying, being honest with the things that you do, you know, what are you then? What becomes of you, right? So it's always very important. Let me finish reading this. Ephesians 4:29. Let no corrupt communication proceed out of your mouth, but that which is good to the use of edifying, because that's the point. We are to edify, that it may minister grace unto the hearers. Your works, your speech, your actions, your faith is what builds up your character, what builds up a good character, right? I yield right there. Go ahead, Cap.
Hold on. Read that last verse you read again. Or where was you at? Matter of fact, so I can put it on the screen.
You still there? You went out.
Can you hear me?
Ephesians. I was at Ephesians 4:29. That's where I ended up at. I brought out Ecclesiasticus 27 and 11 and Ephesians.
I want to read that Ephesians 4:29 again. It says, let no corrupt communication proceed out of your mouth, but that which is good to the use of edifying, that it may minister grace unto the hearers. So I wanted to bring that out because that was an excellent precept.
You going in and out.
Can you hear me?
Go ahead, Cap. Now I hear you.
Okay, Kanye.
Yeah, now I hear you.
Read it one more time. Hey, I think there might be some sort of delay going on. So I'm gonna read it one more time. It says, let no communication proceed out of your mouth, but that which is good to the use of edifying, that it may minister grace unto the hearers. So the Bible is teaching us, every one of us, because if y'all remember, I did a class some years back called You Are a Representative of This Truth, right? I used to tell my baseball team this all the time. I used to be like, yo, listen, when I give you these t-shirts to wear, when you want to wear your jersey on the off weekend when we're not playing, whatever, that's cool. I don't mind. I love the fact that you love your organization that you're playing for. and that you want to represent. But remember, how you act in my jersey, how you act with my team name on your t-shirt is going to be a direct representative of the team. So I want you to think before you act the fool. I'm not always there, but if you about to act the fool, take my stuff off before you do it. Since you gotta act the fool, take my stuff off. And that's the way we should be feeling about this truth. We talked about this, the leaders of the camp. We talked about this not too long ago. And we talked about community relations and how we would introduce ourselves into the community, right? So we can be, right, sis? She said we had a code of conduct on and off duty. That's right. That's right. And it keeps you accountable, right? So we were talking about a way that we would introduce ourselves into each community that we pop up in when we grow in certain areas, and how we would have a particular, I would say, code of conduct or a particular protocol as to how we would teach brothers to make themselves known in the communities that they are in, right? And this precept is a great precept to go off of, because a lot of us, when we get into the truth, we see people talking, right? When you first get into the truth, you see videos, and all you see is people talking and talking and talking and talking. We don't see a lot of doing, we see talking, because you really you're not able to see how people are personally walking in their personal life. So all you get is teachers. All you get is sit-down lessons, or you get the on-the-street lessons. And so we see a whole bunch of talking, right? And because we see a whole bunch of talking, we think that's all the truth is. But we don't know that there's a protocol, a code of conduct to the talking. Ephesians 4:29 gives it to you, right? It's telling you, don't let anything corrupt come out of your mouth. But the only time you should even be talking or letting words come out of your mouth is if it's for the use of edifying, so grace could be ministered into the person that hears it. That's it. So if you're not doing that, guess what? Am I tripping not? If you're talking about the Bible, it's to be to edify and to minister grace or some sort of knowledge to the person who's hearing it. It's not just for you to talk, correct?
That's right.
Brothers come into the truth and believe that it's now they are, if they learn a certain amount of precepts, they are the main character now. So now they are able to just talk and talk and talk and talk, and everybody is required to listen to what they have to say because they're the teacher now. And it ends up turning into pride, which ends up turning into corrupt communication. You had something on that now?
Go ahead, Gab.
Okay, Con. Let's keep reading on that though, Knock, if you're available. Let's keep reading.
Con. This is continuing with Slack. Yeah, let me get back to where I was. Continuing with Ephesians. This is the book, Ephesians chapter 4 and verse 20 and verse 30.
Mm-hmm.
And grieve not the Holy Spirit of God, whereby ye are sealed unto the day of redemption. 31. Let all bitterness and wrath and anger and clamor and evil speaking be put away from you with all malice.
Let me ask y'all something. Because once again, I can do this. I am a brother who has been in the Israelite community for a little under 10 years now. It's probably going on 8 years or 9 years in October, right? Yeah, 9 years next October. 9 years. Been in the truth for 9 years next October, right? And we, as the sheep of the community, because we already know you have leaders. You have people who are the more notable people in any community. You have, in the Christian church, you have notable pastors. In the Islamic world, you have the Nation of Islam, and they have but they have their leaders amongst them. You got Farrakhan and the men that are directly up under him, and then of course you had Elijah Muhammad and Malcolm X. That was before Farrakhan. Then you go to the you go to the United House of Prayer. They got they dudes that they call Sweet Daddy. I can't even believe they do that. But they got their notable people. You have your notable Catholics. You have your notable whatever. Anything that you could think of, you have your notable people. And when they think about whatever group that these people have a label about, whatever label they put on their group, when they see that notable person, they think that person speaks for all of you. And we have that in the truth. Now, because we have notable people in the truth who unknowingly speak for us, some of which think they can speak for us just because they feel like they can speak for us. But anyway, we see a lot of the mainstream organizations, the mainstream camps that we all watch and came from. If you look at the overall consensus, if somebody was to put a character, since that was the definition that we went over earlier, right? The moral compass that's distinctive to us. If somebody said, what's the character of what they call the Black Hebrew Israelites? And we look from the outside looking in, a lot of people say bitterness, wrath, anger, clamor, and evil speaking, and malice. Somebody tell me if I'm telling a lie. Call me out on it right now. On the live. I'll even send you the link and we can discuss it. Without bitterness, wrath, anger, clamor, evil speaking, and malice. We could do that without that. Crazy thing is, yesterday at my business, a lady came in and she said, y'all doing any more community service events? I'm like, yeah, we got some things planned. Said, that's what the Hebrew lights, that's what they call us. That's what the Hebrew lights. I said, yeah, Miss Karen, it's with the Israelites. She said, well, why are they so mean and nasty? I'm like, what you mean? She was like, I just ran into them the other day, and just because you don't want to hear what they have to say, you going to hell, they cuss me out, call me all sorts of. I said, Miss Karen, that's not everybody. That's not everybody, Miss Karen. You know what I'm saying? And I had to sit there and think, man. This is why the importance of a good character is so important, because just imagine if I was a person who had a semi-finicky, funny character to her. If I wasn't a person with good character, if I wasn't honest, because this is a customer, so we have to trust each other in a certain amount of, in certain terms. If I wasn't trustworthy, if I wasn't respectful, if I wasn't polite, if when somebody said something about the Israelites, if I jumped down their throat and just started, let me get the book of, no, because you don't understand what you're talking about, sisters. This is what women don't need to be talking. If I would have did all of that, she wouldn't even take my word for what I am saying, because the person that she ran into wasn't even me. But she asked them why we are like that. So that person represented me. And I don't even know who she's talking about. But to Miss Karen, the Black Hebrew Israelites are all filled with bitterness, wrath, anger, clamor, evil speaking, and malice. Even to our own people. So for the 24 people who are on this live, 23 people who are on this live, right? It's very important for us to understand the importance of a good character. Because if our character is flawed, like we've been talking about, we will scare away the ones who are interested in seeing why you wear them things on your shirt. Yo, why you always telling me you closed on Saturday? You can't never come out. This is what my customers be saying. Why can't you never be open? Why this? Why that? When Passovers and things happen, they be on a random Wednesday. We ain't open. Why ain't you open on it's Wednesday? And then you tell them, I keep the Shabbat. It was Passover. We had a church event. I do it like that. We had a church, because who's trying to do all that explaining, right? But when they act intrigued, they're not getting to explaining What if when somebody just inquires about why you doing the things you're doing and you just get defensive? What's the result? Right? Knock, you got anything while I look for this next precept? He might have stepped away. All right, so let's move on. I'm going to get the book of Mark. We're going to get some of Christ's words real quick. We'll get some of Christ's words real quick. We'll read the book of Mark chapter 7.
Salaki Cap, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, King. Yep. Let's see here.
Can I be heard?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yo.
Connection is bad.
All right, come out and come back in now. All right, Con, we're gonna read the book of.
Can you hear me? Because my connection is bad. I thought it was you, but it's actually me.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, now I just want to see if you can hear me because my connection was spinning.
Okay, no, you good.
Okay, I'm good now. All right.
Yep. Con. We're gonna read the book of Mark. If you good, let's read the book of Mark, chapter 7. I don't know if I want to start at the beginning of this parable or not. Nah, you can read Mark 7 for yourself, but let's read Mark chapter 7. We're gonna start at verse 17. All right, Con, this is the book of Mark chapter 7.
Con, this is the book of Mark chapter 7 and verse 17. And when he was entered into the house from the people, his disciples asking him concerning the parable. And he saith unto them, Are ye so without understanding also? Do ye not perceive that whatsoever thing from without entereth into the man, it cannot defile him?
Now, read that one more time.
Count verse 17. And when he was entered into the house from the people, his disciples asked him concerning the parable. And he saith unto them, Are ye so without understanding also? Do ye not perceive that whatsoever thing from without entereth into the man, it cannot defile him?
Now, I don't want nobody to get excited. All right. Don't get excited. This is not about you being able to eat pork. I know some of y'all been holding on to that pork sandwich. Keep going. Now, read that one more time. Uh-oh. All right, Con. Verse 19. It says, because it enters not into his heart, but into the belly, and goeth out into the draught, purging all meats. And he said, that which cometh out of a man, that defileth the man. For from within, out of the heart of men, perceive evil thoughts, adulteries, fornications, murders, thefts, covetousness, wickedness, deceit, lasciviousness, an evil eye, blasphemy, pride, foolishness, and all evil things come from within and defile a man. So, what is this saying? All right, what is this saying? The things that you, once again, the class is about the importance of a good character. I don't want nobody to get lost because we're going into parables and things, right? The class is about the importance of a good character, right? What is Christ saying? The things that you are taking in physically, the food that you're eating doesn't cause you to be rude. The food that you're eating does not cause you to be mean-spirited towards people. The food that you eat doesn't cause you to be a thief, right? Now, with all the chemicals they are putting in this food and things of that nature, we can see a lot of things happening, how it can sway your moods, it can sway your hormones, it can sway a lot of different things. We're not saying that. But you, and please don't nobody take this wrong. Disclaimer, you cannot eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. Give me the book of Leviticus, chapter 11. You cannot do that. Right? But what is Christ saying? See, this is what Christ is so cool how he teaching. He'll teach it in a way to make you think, okay, well, shoot, no, you can't do that, but I'm just making a point. Right? The point is that pork and that shrimp does not make you become rude. It doesn't make you a fornicator. It doesn't make you a murderer. It just makes you unclean. It makes you spiritually, physically unclean because the Most High told you not to do it. Those foods were made for certain purposes on this earth, and it was not made for humans to consume. But what Christ is trying to tell you is the things that you allow into your spirit will bring out all of these things, will bring out these thefts, will bring out these covetousness, will bring out the wickedness, will bring out the deceit, will bring out the lasciviousness. Right, there we go. See, I need somebody to put it in plain terms for me. It's an analogy, it's a similitude. Right? Christ ain't saying you can eat pork, you can eat shrimp, you can eat crab, you can eat anything you want because that's not what defiles you, the things that come. No, he's saying, hey, listen, you can have the cleanest diet and still be a defiled man because the things that leave your temple, the words that leave your mouth, the way you treat people, the way you act towards people, how prideful you are, how blasphemous you are, right? Brother Antonio and Brother Knock back in the building. Hey, shalom, y'all. Y'all brothers can hear me?
Shalom. Can you hear me, Cap?
Yep, you good.
Okay, yeah, I was having some issues. I don't know what was going on. I had to leave out and try to come back in.
It's all good. What's going on, Antonio?
Shalom, King. Y'all Bashem Yahushua Barakatah.
Bashem Yahushua Barakatah. Shalom, shalom. All right.
Shalom.
So I want everybody in the chat to let me know if you understand what I'm saying. Christ is not telling you it's okay to eat anything and put anything in your body because that is not what defiles you. You go to the bathroom and you release it. That doesn't defile you. What he's saying is this. You eat some pork, shrimp, crab, or lobster, you're going to be unclean for a while, but you're going to release that into the septic tank. But that stuff that you're putting into your spirit, shit, let's talk about it. The music we still listen to, the movies that we watch, the social media grooming that we participate in that grooms our mind, right? The things that come from as a result of that, your mouth, right? Brother, you watching all that red pill content, teaching you that women ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? And you take that, and now you know you are a daggone misogynist, a real misogynist, not the one that the sisters try to use against you to get you to act how they want you to act. Not that one. A real misogynist where you just step on sisters. You know what I'm saying? Now you don't turn into that because of the evil communication. Sister, you younger sisters, let's talk about younger sisters. Younger sisters, you watching this crazy content about unrealistic expectations of a man. If he's not coming to you in a daggone Bentley with 4 Giottos on it, then he's not worth your, like, it's a little stupid stuff. I know I'm going overboard, but like little stupid stuff like that. And then now you have a hardworking man at home. You're looking at him sideways now because you have let somebody groom you into thinking you deserve a certain lifestyle that's unrealistic even for yourself to obtain. Right? We get groomed every day. The things that we take in can come out in a way that makes us defile people. Once again, hey, the music we listen to, shoot them up, kill them up, sleep with all the sisters, sleep with that man's wife, things of that nature, do things to sisters that's just ridiculous. You know what I mean? Now you starting to think, hey, man, that's the way to live, bro. Hey, I'm the man if I act like that. Hey, sister, hey man, Yahweh Dawa want a Bentley. I know he do, but he gonna have his wife in it. So that's what makes sense, right? Right. But hey man, shoot him up, kill, this, that, and the third. Hey man, it's a life to live, bro. I'm not living if I ain't living like that. I ain't no man if I ain't living like that. And now you start to act in a way that showcases the corrupt communication that you took in, and it corrupts your character. Right, all the things that's turning the world upside down. We in the streaming, bro. Do you think this streaming? Like, I like streaming, bro. I went to school for mass media. I like anything content. I like anything with a camera. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Howard Dow had to come up in here. See, I knew you was gonna pop up. Hey, Shalom, King. Know what I mean? Right? Salaki. Boy, Howard Dow don't distract me. What was I at with it? Somebody got something?
Salaki, Cap.
Yep.
But going to your point, even like with the
go ahead. You said he was dealing with like with mass media, right?
Oh yeah. And so I'm gonna finish that statement. Antonio, you got it. I've been in mass media for a minute, right? And I like the streaming world. I like the things about streaming. I like that. That's cool. It's just like live TV. It's nothing different. It's just now it's in your hand. You can get it whenever, right? But the bad thing about streaming is the same way that like they put your NBA YoungBoys on a pedestal. NBA YoungBoy was on a mountain by himself, blackballed from the industry, but somehow he is the #1 guy in the industry. And what does he talk about? If you go to his concerts, how are these kids acting? It's the same thing they're doing with the streaming. Now you can see the BS. You can see the crazy way of thinking live and direct whenever you want, 24/7. It don't even cut off like how TV used to do. Know what I mean? Hey, Shalom, King. Shalom, y'all. Shalom all the way to Indiana, man. Shalom. Hey, Antonio, go ahead and get in there, King.
Con, just going back to your point on the like the food that you consume and things like that, right? Those were provisions that were already set by the Most High, right? In a direction that we should go. So when you find yourself in direct opposition to that, that's where the defiled part comes from. You know what I'm saying? Because those things have already been set in a way that are going to keep you out. That's going to keep you clean. But once you go into those options, what comes out is going to be defiled because it's in direct opposition to the Most High. Regardless of what people judge it as or put it under or what have you, our goal should be, attaining to the Most High's righteousness. And so when you come in direct opposition to him, you're automatically going to be defiled, regardless of what part of that you're not adhering to. So just to land me back off that.
Hey, Khan, that's a fact. That's a good point. Right? There's a yin and a yang to everything. Anybody got any precepts they want to bring out? Because we're actually about to close it out in a minute. Anybody got any precepts they want to bring out?
Not at the moment. I might have one right as we close, but yeah, not right now.
All right, con.
Hey, but I think that this conversation and this discussion is good because, it's all about our character. It's all about, what builds up our. I guess what could go into is what builds up the character.
Mm-hmm.
What builds up our character, right? In the chat. Hey, what according to how brothers with AHOS, we bring out scripture, we bring out edification of what the Bible is giving us and telling us to do. So put in the chat what builds up our character. What builds up our character? It looks like Howard got a precept too.
Yeah, con. And Antonio, hold Isaiah 26 and 3. You say you got a precept, not?
I'm gonna pull the one up that Yahweh Dawah posted real quick.
Okay, calm.
You want me to go ahead and pull that, Cap?
You go at the knock.
19 and you put 19 and 29. Come on. All right. So this one says, this is Ecclesiasticus chapter 19 and 29. It says, be not an hypocrite in the sight of men, and take good heed to what thou speakest. Right. This goes back into kind of what Ephesians was saying, right? Mm-hmm. No corrupt communication, right? Because depending on what you say, you know, it's going to tell what you about, how you say it, what you say, right? So we have to be careful what things come out of our mouth. We have to be careful in knowing that if we're not, and this is especially important to, you know, to those who are given this commission, you know, to bring this word out to our people, right? We have to be careful what we say, y'all. We have to be vitally, we have to understand that the things we say can affect those who are listening, right? At the same time, when we say certain things, we have to at least show what we say we have to be doing. If we're saying something, you know, if a brother comes out and says, hey, man, you can't be doing this, you can't be doing that, but yet that brother is looking at you and seeing the things that you're saying don't match with what you're doing, you know, that's a problem, y'all. We have to be cognizant and understanding of the things that we say, because, hey, we're going to be held accountable for that. You know, we're going to be held accountable. You know, let me find this precept. Go ahead, Soldier. If you got a precept to come out, let me get this precept that I was going to pull out. Find it real quick.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 26 and verse 3.
Hold on 1 second, because what we're going to do is I'm going to read it for you. But let me get to it. Call it out again.
This caps.
Oh, it's okay. All right, Salaka, go ahead. Salaka.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 26 and verse 3. Thou wilt keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on thee, because he trusteth in thee.
Keep going.
Trust ye in Yahweh forever, for in Yahweh thy power is everlasting strength.
Mm-hmm.
For he bringeth down them that dwell on high.
Read that one more time.
For he bringeth down them that dwell on high.
Mm-hmm.
The lofty city, he layeth it low.
Mm-hmm.
He layeth it low, even to the ground. He bringeth it even to the dust.
Mm-hmm.
The foot shall tread it down, even the feet of the poor, and the steps of the needy.
Hey, yo, I'm gonna say something. Once again, I said this earlier. I said I'm not in the part of my walk. The brother said you read the wrong one. Hold on, let me see what my number do. He said, unfortunately, most of what we see today in Israel was taught and or mimicked the spirit of leaders and or congregations feeding into that of his people. That's facts. That's a fact. That's cold. A lot of what we do is mimicked. A lot of what we do is the same thing we see in the scriptures, tradition. Me and Jansen was having this conversation. Like how much of this stuff, some things in the Israelite community, in the mainstream Israelite community, the part of the Israelite community that is seen the most, there's a lot of things that we say is going off that is not going off based off of a tradition. If you keep this feast day like this, you're going off. If you don't do it how I do it, you're going off. It's not based off of any law. It's based off of tradition. And we've held it for so long that we don't want to go away from it because we're too scared. Break down these scriptures, you'll see something different. So that's a fact, right? But what I was saying is, hey, I'm not in the business of rubbing shoulders with certain people, with certain Israelite leaders, certain things. I don't care to be in the same room with certain people, same clubhouse platform, same unity camp, same unity lesson. I'm not really into that because the characters of some of the people is not correct, right? It just is what it is. Quality is better than quantity. I'd rather have 20 people in my camp with good quality, a couple of brothers in the community, leaders in the community that I'm cool with, that are good people, than be cool with all the mainstream guys that'll give me hundreds of thousands of views, get the camp hundreds of thousands of views, but they're corrupt people, right? Now, and right here in verse 5, it says, he bringeth low them that dwelleth on high. It said, the foot shall tread it down, even the feet of the poor and the steps of the needy. What we read, I think it was a couple of precepts ago. Let me make sure. Which one was it? Yes, Mark 7:21. For from within, out of the heart of men perceive evil thoughts, adulteries, fornications, murders, thefts, covetousness, wickedness, deceit, lasciviousness, and evil eye, blasphemy, pride, foolishness. All these evil things come from within and defile a man. Let's talk about that pride. I was talking to somebody about this situation the other day, and I was seeing how there's been a couple of situations this year where people have done things to me personally that that I had to tell them, like, yo, the Most High is gonna deal with you. A tow truck driver towed my trailer illegally, and the people where I live, they really ain't doing nothing about it, and I had to just let it go because I was angry. And I was ready to do something. And I told him, I said, yo, the Most High gonna do something to you. I said, watch. I was like, he might not kill you, but he's not about to let that slide. Watch. A month later, he lost his contracts. He can't even tow in the neighborhoods no more. And I just shot him a text. Hey, you see how? And he felt bad trying to go back and forth with me about my trailer. But I was like, yo, I'll get another trailer, but you can't get another contract out here. You see how the Lord works. The Lord does not let you do things to people and then nothing comes of it, right? So let's talk about the pride. There was a situation when we had first started the camp, we was having an issue with a camp situation, with a camp spot. A notable congregation started holding camp where we was holding camp at. Shalom to the Cherry Street Saints. Shalom, shalom. All right. Notable camp was having camp where we had camp at. And we had a meeting about it because it seemed as though they was trying to take over our spot. And the leader of this particular congregation was very, very, very prideful. Very prideful. To the point where they thought that they was going to talk to brothers a certain type of way, and brothers were not going to reciprocate the energy. So when he seen that he wasn't going to get that respect of persons that he thought he was going to get because of his name, he told us, like, yo, for real, I'll bring 200 niggas down there right now and take your spot. But I'm trying to have a conversation. See, that's pride. Saying, hey, y'all are way smaller than us. We'll take y'all spot. Since y'all want to talk to me like I'm a human being, like I'm talking to y'all, since you ain't giving me this reverence that I think I deserve, I'll take y'all spot. Well, a year later, like the scripture says, going back to Isaiah, is it Isaiah 20? What did I have you reading? 26:3, right? Yeah, Isaiah 26:5. For he bringeth them down to dwell on high, right? That's exactly what happened. A year or so later, all the spots was gone. We still teach there right now. In the particular area that this is at, we still teach there right now. I'm sure the brothers are getting their clothes on to go to camp at that spot right now. But because you were so prideful and you say, I'm bigger than you, I'll take all your stuff. The Most High took all your spots. All your camp spots are gone. You don't have a camp spot no more. You didn't take ours, and he took all of yours and your reputation because of pride. And the Most High is the king of bringing down to a humble level those who dwell high. And then it says the foot shall tread it down, even the feet of the poor. You never know. The Most High might have cleared all your spots for a smaller camp. There's some young Eagle brothers that's coming up, and they just friends, and they want to go out and hit the streets. He might give your spot to them.
God.
You feel what I'm saying? So a good character is very, very important because your character actually precedes you. If somebody knows you're coming, you're getting talked about before you enter the building. If somebody in that building knows who you are.
That's right.
What is the narrative that they can say about you? You got something knock before we close out? Knocking Antonio?
Well, since you was on that pride, you brought up the point of what that larger camp, building up on that pride. We know what pride leads to, right? But I'm gonna bring out this real quick. Second Esdras, this is the book of Second Esdras, chapter 8 and verse 50. Because what you explained is, is like a misery, right, for this other camp, right? What was Salakia, the guy that lost the contract, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you're talking
about? Yep.
This is Second Esdras 8 and 50, and for the other camp, the larger camp. It says, for many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride, right? Because you got, contracts, because you a bigger camp, because you've been doing this for a lot longer than others, right? That pride overwhelms, right? But the Most High can take you right up out of there,
mm-hmm.
and cause you to lose money. Now you ain't got the same contracts. That money, that bag ain't as full anymore,
mm-hmm.
right? You got a larger camp, and now people starting to fall away because of those leaders. Because you're following somebody. It's them leaders, and then put you in a position where now it's caused you to fall into pride, right? Because you're bigger, because you're more known, right?
Mm-hmm.
But your doctrine is messed up. Your character is
mm-hmm.
way off. Right? How you deal with your brother. What the scriptures say? How are we supposed to deal with our brother?
Ooh, I got a precept for that.
God. How are we supposed to deal with our brother? If to have good character flaws is knowing how to deal with your people. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Dealing with them in meekness, dealing with them with long suffering, with mercy, with love, forgiveness. Mm-hmm. All these things, we get, the scriptures tell us what to do. That's what's building our character. That's what's also holding all of us accountable. You got the precept, Cap?
I got one to hold over till you get it, Cap.
Yeah, go ahead and bring it out, Soldier.
God. So to the brother's point, like, yes, we have to be aware of those spirits and those people acting in those manners. But what I want to work on for our people, and what drew me to this camp, is the edifying of those who care to do the work of the Most High, right? So I'm going to go to Sirach 28, and I'm going to start at 6.
Let me get it for you. You said 28?
Come. Right. Verse 6.
Nah. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 28 and verse 6. Remember thy end and let enmity cease. Remember corruption and death, and abide in the commandments.
So regardless of whatever your brother is doing, there's a responsibility of yourself, because it says, remember thy end. And we know that those that endure to the end are the same that shall be saved. So you're doing this not for this exact moment or this exact strife that you're in that moment. You're doing this because you remember what your father told you to do and the character that you're supposed to show. Right? Keep on.
God. Verse 7. Remember the commandments and bear no malice to thy neighbor. God. Remember, so I could go ahead.
And we know who our neighbors are. Those are our brothers. Those are some of the ones that may have a bigger Israelite camps or have more of a presence, right? we know, like the brothers were saying earlier, sometimes it goes to their head, right? But we supposed to remember the commandments and bear no malice to our neighbor. So we're supposed to be the light, even though they aren't showing that back in return to us. Because all we can control is what we do, what we give out, the light that we shed, right?
God.
And continue on.
God. Remember the covenant of the highest and wink at ignorance.
So if the Most High, the Father, which in the snap of a finger, he can do whatever he so chooses, if he chooses to wink at our ignorance when we were showing those things to him, what makes us that much bigger than the Most High in our mind, pride, or whatever, to allow us not to do that to our brothers as well?
Yeah, that's cold right there.
Go that's on, cool. Number 8.
Verse 8. Abstain from strife, and thou shalt diminish thy sins. For yep, go ahead.
Because that's the goal right there, right? We're supposed to be aiming to become perfect. So what we want to do is diminish our sins. We want to make sure that abstaining from strife, that's going to give you a better it's not to say that it's always going to work out in that manner, but practicing and being an exercise of those type of things will give you a better chance to go ahead and diminish those sins. Go ahead.
God. For a furious man will kindle strife.
So just like the brother Captain Judah brought out earlier, the projection of Israelites on people who don't know the ins and outs of how we work, right? They already think that we're going to be furious when they come to us. Oh, no, we're yelling, rah, rah, this, that, and the third. In and of that self, you're going to get the same energy you give. And so another reason that attracted me to the brothers at AHOS to come to this camp was because regardless of the rah, rah, yeah, we can go in there, we can cut you up and that, whatever. Like any Israelite can do that. And that's the notion that people know us by. But edifying the people and understanding that I'm not here to cause strife with you, because at the end of the day, the Bible says what the Bible says. And it's going to be what it's going to be. So I don't have to yell, scream, kick, fight, X, Y, and Z to edify you and convey the point. So.
Khan, those are some good precepts. I want to read this right here, Soldier Nadiab. This goes right along with it.
Khan, this is Romans 12:10. Be kindly affectionate to one another with brotherly love, and honor preferring one another.
Khan. There it is right there. How do we treat our brother? How do we treat our sister? How do we treat those that maybe even, trying to, show you, hate or trying to of our own people, right? We are to honor and preferring one another. Continue with reading on that.
In Romans?
Con.
It's the book of Romans, chapter. Let me pull it.
12. Salaki. Yeah, chapter 12.
Con. Verse 11.
Con.
Not slothful in business, fervent in spirit, serving Yahweh.
Because we're supposed to be all serving the Most High, right? A good character is going to show that you're serving the Lord, right? Keep reading.
Verse 12, rejoicing in hope, patient in tribulation, continuing instant in prayer.
Hey, that patient in tribulation is a good one, right? Because even our own people can cause tribulation with us, right? A lot of times we see that in our communities. Well, matter of fact, not a lot of times, we see that in our community, right? So when you're dealing with your brother who may not understand what he's going through, the different distractions and the different conditions of this oppression that we live in, right? We got to practice patience, right? Keep reading.
Verse 13, distributing to the necessity of saints, given to hospitality.
Read.
Bless them which persecute you.
Do what?
Bless them which persecute you.
Do what?
Bless them which persecute you.
Hey, check this out. Do y'all think that this is only talking about those that are not of our people? This dealing with us.
More importantly, us.
Con, this is dealing with us. Right? Continue reading.
Bless and curse not. Rejoice with them that do rejoice, and weep with them that weep.
That's showing compassion for our people, right? That's showing of being of one sound, of being of one mind. Matter of fact, read 16.
Con, I was gonna add. Be of the same mind, Salaki, be of the same mind one toward another. Mind not high things, but condescend to men of low estate. Be not wise in your own conceits.
You know, the one thing that you realize, your character, right? Your good character can flow over to someone see you with, with humbleness, someone seeing with patience, right? Showing them mercy in some way. That goes a long way. That's why we're given this to say we're supposed to love our brothers as ourselves, right? This goes a long way. You don't know what the next person may be going through, right? But these are all part of what a good character, having a good character, whether you're a man, woman, right? Verse 17 says, recompense no man evil for evil. Right? We know that honesty is involved in that. Provide things honest in the sight of all men. And read verse 18.
Verse 18. If it be possible, as much as lieth in you, live peaceably with all men.
Now, as we all know, we use this scripture to show that we are to be at peace with all men, and that's true. But let's talk about dealing with living peaceably with our people, because we got to take care of home first. We got to clean up our house first. We got to show peace amongst ourselves first. Right?
I got so many precepts.
Oh, you're right there. Cap, you got anything? Before
I was letting y'all rock, man. Antonio, get your precept and then we'll probably close it after that.
I just got like 2 or 3 or 4, maybe. I want to keep going in Romans 12, read verse 19.
What was it? What call it out again.
This is Romans 12 and 19.
Verse 19. Dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath, for it is written, vengeance is mine, I will repay, saith the Lord.
Now, if you look at that statement, it can look as though that is speaking to others who do harm unto you. But to me, when I see that, that's a reminder to myself as well, right? Because I know that whatever I could think of to do to this person to get back at them, the Most High can do that tenfold. Not only that, he could do the same to me if I execute that to one of my brothers. So it keeps me in line from wanting to feel the Most High's wrath.
God.
And then I got a precept on that. This is Sirach 28 at the top.
No, let me get it. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 28, in verse 1. He that revengeth shall find vengeance from the Lord, and he will surely keep his sins in remembrance.
And so the part that I want to harp on is the last part is that he will surely keep your sins in remembrance, his sins and yours. So if there's something that you do or produce that is going to execute the Most High having to take vengeance and wrath, he's going to remember that. So this is why it's important for you and your character to stay on point. And just like later in this chapter, when it says, remember thy end, remember to stay in the commandments, that is a safekeeping, a safeguard for yourself. That then allows you to extend that courtesy and that grace to your brother. Last one I want to get is can you read verse 12 for me in Sirach 28?
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 28, in verse 12. If thou blow the spark, it shall burn. If thou spit upon it, it shall be quenched.
So right there, the Most High has given you the power to have control over that character. Which way do you want to go with this situation? Because whatever you meet it with is going to come back to you.
Khan, let me finish that out. And both these come out of thy mouth.
Khan. And then that brings me over to my last precept, James 3:10. And I got it right here if you want me to just get it.
I got you. It's the book of James, chapter 3, and verse 10. Out of the same mouth proceedeth blessing and cursing.
What do you want your character to say about you? Which side of the coin do you want your character to speak about in them rooms that the brothers was bringing out earlier before you even get there? Go on.
My brethren, these things ought not so to be.
Because we know the Most High does not deal in confusion. So if I'm blessing you in one hand and cursing you in the other, that is confusion.
God.
Go on, verse 11.
Verse 11. Doth a fountain send forth at the same place sweet water and bitter?
If you went to that water fountain and you got bitter water on the first time, are you going to try it again? Or are you going to pick a different water fountain?
God.
But yeah, I basically that's my point right there, man. The Most High set provisions for us in the way that we are to conduct ourselves that naturally goes along with good character. If you choose to act outside of that, there's also provisions for that too. And not you.
God, all praises.
Hey,
all praises.
Hey, this brother bringing it out. It's time for him to do a class, I think.
Right.
Is that what that sound like? It sounds like the brother need to do a class. But hey, not give me 1 second. Just gotta download this real fast. All right, and my son outside screaming. He ready for me to come on. Give me one second. All right, so hey man, I hope y'all enjoyed the class. We got a quick announcement, really quick. I just want to get it on the screen real fast. We got a quick announcement. Hey, listen, y'all, we've been slacking. All of us, every last one of us, have been slacking, and we got to start doing that. This comes from, or this starts with preparing. This starts with preparing. Give me 1 second. Boom. I got to delete this so I can upload this. Boom. Boom. All right. It starts with preparing. So when we make these announcements, y'all got to actually start. We took the excuse away from brothers. We took excuses away from brothers. We giving brothers dates so far in advance. You can no longer come to us and say, I can't make it 6 months, 7 months, a year in advance. We got people to do that. You'll tell them something. Hey, yo, 2028, we're going to do this. I don't know if we're going to make it. And it's like, brother, that's not the mindset. Sister, that's not the mindset to have. You should always be like, yo, I'm coming before you say I'm not, or before you feel like I'm not going to have the finances to make it. You're planning in the future to be poor. Just think about that. You're making future plans not to have finances. You're making future plans to have less than. That doesn't make any sense. Stop doing that, y'all. And let's start planning for these events. Hold on real quick. Let's start planning for these events. All right. So with that being said, Passover 2026, we are already planning for Passover 2026. Give me 1 second. I forgot to add one thing to it. All right. Passover 2026 is going to be an amazing experience. We always have a good time at Passover. So we can't wait to see y'all again. Let me just go ahead and upload this real fast. So y'all can go ahead and hey, Knock, that's April 1st, isn't it? You on mute too. I had to mute you. You had background noise.
April 1st, Cap, I don't have the
Hold on, I got it.
Calendar.
It's cool. I got it. I'm about to tell y'all right now because we're getting towards the end of our 2025 calendar, so we're starting to make our
Kawal, yes, black and gold.
Yep, hold on. Yeah, it's black and gold. Yep, black and gold. Hold on, let me see. Boom, boom. And we said yeah, I think it's April 1st because it falls on a Wednesday. Let me make sure. I'm almost certain, but I just want to make sure.
Yeah, that's a Wednesday.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, I believe it's April 1st, 2026. But hey, I just wanted everybody to know what we got going on. All right, because we want everybody to go ahead and start getting your affairs in order. Like, don't wait till the last minute. A lot of us, that's exactly what we do. And if you think I'm talking about you, I'm definitely talking about you. It's not even a guessing point. I'm most definitely talking about you. If you always know 7 months in advance when we have these feast days, and it's always you 3 weeks prior talking about I'm trying to figure out how I can get there. Stop doing that. It's at the school in Greensboro, North Carolina. All right, Passover 2026. Further announcements will come out, but the tickets will be on the website. We will let you know when we drop the tickets on the website for y'all to get your RSVPs done. This will be a private event. This will be a family-oriented event. If you're somebody who never shows up to nothing we do, you never on none of our classes, you just so happen to see a flyer on Instagram and know you're supposed to keep the Passover, so you just decided you want to come to ours, go to that other camp's Passover that you never watch. Or wherever you watch, whoever you donate to, whoever you support, go to their Passover. We don't want a whole bunch of strangers at our Passover. If you come to our Passover and you're an Edomite that believes everybody can be saved, you will not be allowed in the building. If you are just a random person from off the street, I'm sorry. And it's not us trying to be ugly or mean. We're not going to let you in the building. You have to RSVP. When the RSVPs come out, you have to be watching our classes. We have to have some form of contact with you. If not, then you can't come. The colors are black and gold. Passover 2026, Greensboro, North Carolina. It's on a Wednesday, so we're going to probably be doing things from Passover till Sunday when everybody goes home. We'll see. But if you are the person that waits until a couple of days before Passover to RSVP, you will not make it this year because we're at the school. We're at a smaller location. There's going to be less room, and it's that way on purpose so we can have a more intimate, family-oriented feast day. All right. So with that being said,
Rocky, let me say something real quick, Cap. Mm-hmm. Hey, for any of those in the congregation or in the camp that have not been able to attend Passover, hey, this is at our school. The Most High blessed us with a place to congregate. I'm sure many more of these schools are going to come in the future, Lord willing. But this is a time, if you have not had a chance to visit the school, more importantly, have not been to a feast day this Passover, please make the right planning, get your planning going on right now. That's why we're bringing this out right now. Got plenty of months ahead of time. So start planning and Lord willing, put yourself in a position to be able to be present at this Passover coming up. 2026, Greensboro, North Carolina. It will be at the school, Anointed House of Saints School, right? This is a beautiful thing. We have our own place. Yes, it is smaller, but hey, that's all right. The Most High is going to build it up. But we need you there. We need y'all there, right? So all praise to the Most High. Are you?
All praises. So with that being said, hey man, if you're there, you're there. If you're not, you're not. But go ahead and start planning now. Get your plane tickets, get your Amtrak tickets, get your bus tickets, get your rental car. Go ahead and start carpooling. Go ahead and start Airbnb together. How we do it. With Cooper brothers, Cooper sisters, get an Airbnb together. Go ahead and start hitting up your people. See how y'all going to do it. Because you don't want to miss this one. It's going to be a good time because it's at our spot. We can stay there until next Passover 2027. Feel like it because it's ours. So with that being said, man, come out. Let's have an excellent time. Let's feast together. Let's meet the people that we haven't met or seen in a long time. And let's have a good time. So with that, let's get that Daniel 7 and 18 real quick. And Robert Trucker 5571. I don't know what exactly you believe in, but I don't see you on none of our classes. So we would appreciate it if you start to tune into our classes before you just come in here and start to put your doctrine or whatever you're trying to show or whatever you're trying to teach us all up in our comments. It would be better if you tune into our classes, see what we're about, see what we teach, and then if you don't like it, you can take that on somewhere else, or you can come up, we can talk about it. We're good people. We don't do a whole bunch of arguing, cussing people out. We don't do that. But it's always good protocol, and it's good etiquette to come in the room as a listener rather than to try to come in the room as a teacher because we do not know you. It's as simple as that. So let's bring that up.
That's right. Soldier, you got that? I get it. It's the book of Daniel.
My fault, Edwin.
You got it?
Got it? Or I can pull it, whatever.
Go ahead. Bring it up.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 7 and verse 18. But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever. By Hashem HaMashiach Yahushua.
By Hashem HaMashiach Yahushua.
All right, man. Hey, listen, once again, hey, man, filling in for the illustrious brother, Captain Aharon. I am your brother, Judah.
I'm your brother, Knock.
Soldier Antonio.
We the Anointed House of Saints, man. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all Sabbath. Tune in to Milk Monday. Listen, a new prospect phase is going to be starting sooner than soon. So if you're interested in doing the work, joining the camp, please just hit us up with an email, anointedhos@gmail.com. Give us your name, where you're from, and your contact information. Let us know you want to prospect, and we will hit you up. So with that, shalom.
Shalom.
Whoa.
This is not a test.
Black skin, black sauce, black Jesus, black music, 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 black music, black music, black music, black music.